Hello, welcome to Figure Form 45. Thank you for your time checking my video. This is my review of McFarlane DC Multiverse Waverider. It says DC Classic. If you are new to my channel, please leave a like and subscribe if you like my video. This will really help me a lot in making more of these videos. Now please enjoy. Now, as far as I know, this is how the classic Wave Rider look like. So, I'm not really sure if this is really the DC Classic version of Wave Rider, because this is how I remember him. Although I must admit, I'm not really a big fan of the character. Um, I think I only read about this in the Funeral for a Friend storyline after the death of Superman, and after that, I'm not really familiar if there are any other storyline he was in. And well, to be honest, I haven't been reading any comics for a long time, so I'm not sure if from this he changed to this. So maybe this is more modern. So I'm not sure why they call it a classic version, DC Classic, because as I said, that's how I remember the classic version of Wave Rider is. Now with that out of the way, let's check out the packaging. So this is a gold label. So in front it says DC Multiverse Waverider. At the side, Waverider. Again, Waverider DC Classic. At the bottom, yeah. Looking at this box, another thing that I noticed is that at least somehow in this art, it is still a little bit yellow. But in this figure, it is more like copper. So I don't know if maybe McFarlane uh, did some, some artistic freedom on this one. So he stylized it a little, but yeah, that's another one that I noticed this figure. At least in this is still a little bit yellow, which is closer to the classic color. But on the figure, he's more copper color. It's actually a glossy copper color, but I'm not sure if that is showing in the camera. Anyway, let's check the aesthetic of the figure. I love this head sculpt. He has a Dr. Manhattan vibe, you know. Lately, I think McFarlane have listened to us complaining about his head sculpt's quality, and I think he's been stepping it up. This is an amazing head sculpt. You can use it actually also for Dr. Manhattan. As I said, he has a Dr. Manhattan vibe. And then he uses a clear orange for the flaming hair. And then, as I said, copper color. It is actually a shiny copper color, but I'm not sure if it is showing in the camera. So another thing, I'm not sure if this is a reuse of a mold, because this mold actually looks pretty new to me, but if it is a reuse, maybe it is of a figure that I don't know or I don't have. I thought when I saw an initial picture of this is that it will be a reuse of the Blue Beetle or Captain Atom body mold, but it is not. This is actually a little bit more bulky, and I like it. But I don't know. Somehow I'm thinking that I've seen this mold before. I just can't picture it out. Um, if any of you own the Greenland, no, the Blackest Knight, I'm not sure, is that Batronicus, the Red Lantern? I'm not sure if this is that same mold, but I don't have that, so I'm not sure. I only saw that at retail, but I never really took it. It's not one. It's not really. The figure didn't really call to me, so I didn't buy it. So I'm thinking maybe that one, Batronicus. I'm not even sure if I remember the name correct. So please leave a comment if I am wrong remembering that name, or if I am correct that this is that mold. Or maybe it is a brand new mold. If it is a brand new mold, it's actually a very good mold. Maybe it's a brand new mold because the logo, the character is actually sculpted. Anyway, I love that it is not just a plain, I love that it's not just a flat, plain texture. I love that they put a texture on the figure. This is, as I said, when it comes to sculpt and details, McFarlane is the best when they actually put their mind into it. When they do, when they don't start haphazing their figure, and it looks like, to be honest, for me, this is one of their very good mold. I know it's not yellow; it's very far, but as far as the mold is concerned, and the paint job and the color, despite that it is copper color, I love it. So overall, I love the aesthetic of this figure. So for the accessories, he has two alternate hands. He has one closed fist hands to complete that, because out of the box he has one closed fist hands and that wide open hand. So in here he has this pointing hand, and as I said, a closed fist hands to complete the complete closed fist hand set. And then he has these 4 wave effects, because I'm pretty sure that Waverider's power is not fire, although this looks like is like a fire effects. Anyway, I love that they didn't just leave it as a plain plastic. They added I'm not sure, like silvery or bluish, light bluish or silvery paint on it to add more depth on the design. So I like that. Those are the accessories, and as usual, it comes with the standard McFarlane art card with the short biography at the back and the standard DC base or stand. Now let's check this figure's articulation. For the head, well, you cannot look up because that will already be in the way. You can't look down that far anyway, and then you can tilt his head like that. So typical McFarlane articulation. And then for the hand, you can do the T-pose, and then there's that cup that he used to, I don't call, I usually I call this like a butterfly for butterfly articulation, but I don't think it is. It's more like, just to cover some of the joints or holes so that you won't be breaking the mold. So you can do that. And that double jointed. Let's try this one, double jointed, and then yeah. Now he has a cut in the abdomen, so that's, you can do that. You can do a side to side like that. You can look up like that, and you can look down like that. Now he has a, it's a little tight actually, does he? I think it does. It's just a little tight on my copy, I guess, but yeah, there's a waist cut there. It just seems a little tight on my copy, but if you will put them together, waist and abdomen, you can do up to that, and you can look down up to that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think there's a thigh cut, there's waist articulation here, but it's just kind of tight on my copy. Maybe I'm gonna warm that up using hot water to loosen it a little. Now for the leg articulation, you can move forward that far, then you can move back that far, then you can do that, and there's that, the articulation, then that. So then you can kick on the side like that. Yeah, typical McFarlane articulation. I'm just not 100% sure. Yeah, I think there's a waist articulation there. It's just tight on my copy. Overall, this is a good addition to your DC Multiverse roster. It is nice that McFarlane now digs deeper in the DC Multiverse characters. So I like that he now makes figures of these, minor characters, and I hope he continues it because, yeah, I know that some people complain that he just keeps releasing Batman, and honestly, I'm not one of those people because I'm a big Batman fan, so he can release all the Batman figures or Batman version that he wants, and I will buy them because, as I said, I'm a big Batman fan. But it is a breath of fresh air when McFarlane releases these characters, and I love that he released them, not for us, not part of a wave, but a single release. So you have the option to buy them if you want them, or just skip them when you don't. I like that he doesn't make them as part of like a build-a-figure wave. They are basically standalone. So here's the figure of Waverider. So if you want them, you can get them. If you don't, you can easily skip them. I love that. I love that with McFarlane, that he does this. As I said, he does this as single releases. I know that the biggest complaint on this one will be the color, because I mean, you can already see in the art that this part is actually a little yellow, but yeah, it's copper. But to be honest, on hand, and as I said, I'm not sure if it's showing on the camera. It is a glossy copper color, and I actually love it on hand. I like it. And since this is not really a major character, but a minor character, I don't really have a problem if they stylize it and it's not really that close to the color of the comic book. To me, This is a good figure, and yeah, if you're a completionist, this is a good addition to your DC Multiverse roster.